guys, I'm Junie the Orange Huntress, and I'm going to fill you in on everything you need to know about how to become a hunter in Saskatchewan. So I've had some friends ask me over the past few months how to become a hunter. They want to come hunting this fall and they just don't know what to do. So I thought I'd break it down for them, all the things that they need to do to get prepared and be ready, and some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the last year in preparing myself to become a hunter. So I thought I'd share all that with you guys too. All the resources, contact info, and links that you're going to need to become a hunter are going to be down in the description below. So here's my step-by-step guide to become a hunter in Saskatchewan. First things first, take a hunter safety course. If you decide to take the hunter safety course online, you can do it at your own pace, which is really nice. I found that I would do it in a couple chapters a day just to be able to digest and fit into my schedule. After you're done your hunter safety course online, you're going to need to meet with the Saskatchewan Association of Firearms Education Examiner. They're also known as S.A.F.E examiners, which I understand why. And I posted their phone number down below so you can contact them directly. Once you passed all those things, you are good to start hunting. So let's move on to step number 2. Find a mentor. This is key to safety and knowledge. They have had so much experience hunting that they're going to be able to show you the best places to hunt for the animal that you're looking for, what identifies them as you're looking for them in the brush, how to be safe if you're anxious holding your gun or anything like that. If you have any questions, they're the one that you need to ask and talk to because they've got so much experience. Your mentor is going to have their PAL. You don't yet. So you need to have someone in your hunting party that has that. For me, my husband was my mentor. He's been hunting for years. Honestly, before I started hunting, I would always hear stories, and Curtis would point things out on hills of where deer or moose or whatever would be, and he would see things that I would never see because he had so much experience in the field, which is wonderful when I'm trying to know and understand what to look for as a new hunter. I learned how to stalk. I'd never done that before. I think one of the coolest parts that I learned was how to field dress an animal. I don't mind that kind of gross stuff, but if I had been trying to do this on my own, I think all of our meat would have been spoiled because it is an art and a bit of a science. I definitely have to say, with time comes experience, and with experience, knowledge, and that's the cool part about this, is once you gain your experience and your knowledge in the hunting field, you, once you get your PAL, can become a mentor to someone else. So the cycle continues. Next up, target practice. Since you've taken your hunter safety course, you now know the best areas and spots that you can shoot. Now you get to practice taking that shot, so when you hit your animal, you are actually going to make a really clean kill and not have that animal suffer, which is the last thing we want to do. As a beginner, I was totally freaked out about the sounds of guns firing. They were so loud, and the feel of the kickback from the shot, I was not a fan of. So I definitely wore double ear protection, and I wore a couple of layers so that I'd have a little bit more protection on my shoulder when I shot. There are some really great stands that you can pick up from places like Cabela's or Canadian Tire to practice your shooting, or you can bring some stuff from home if you want, some cans or buckets with targets on them, or, you know, even fruits or vegetables. Just be sure to practice safety and gun control while you're out target shooting. If you can, practice shooting different rifles so you can figure out what feels most comfortable. Don't just mean that in the kickback, but also in gun position and where it sits on your body. You should practice shooting from different angles and distances so that you can zero in your scope. The typical scope distance is zeroed in at 100 yards. So once you figure that out and you can position your scope properly, then practice shooting from 150 yards or 50 yards, 200 yards. Go at different angles. Then you can figure out where you need to look on your scope to actually hit the target. I will definitely be showing some target practicing videos in the future. If you want to see that, definitely hit that like button and subscribe so you can see more content. Now that you've got your hunter safety course, you're going to need to apply for a HAL number. HAL number is a hunting and angling license number. Once you've got your HAL number, you can go in and purchase tags, or you can apply for draws online for big game animals. All you need for that is one piece of identification, whether that's a driver's license or a health card number. There's a couple other options that you can choose from in the drop-down menu. Now we need to talk about draws and tags. When you purchase your hunting license, you purchase it in the form of a tag. Now there are 3 tags per animal. Once you've hunted your animal successfully, you're going to need to put your tags on 3 different spots. One on the head, one on the hide, and one on the meat. I'm making a video later to show you what you need to have in your hunting bag so you are ready for when you go into the field. Draws work a little bit differently. What a draw is it's like a hunting lottery. The cost of a draw is $6. You can do it on your own, or you can do it with multiple people. This year, I applied with my friend Leanne. We went to the site, we picked out our animal, and then we picked our top 3 zones that we wanted to hunt in. There are tiered levels. When it's your first year, you are in level D. Every year that you are not drawn for an animal, you move up, so your likelihood of being drawn increases. I was drawn for one of those animals I had applied for, so I stayed in that level. Now, there are several animals that I wasn't drawn for, so I moved up to level C. If I'm not drawn again this year, then I move to level B. But you need to keep applying for draws if you want to be drawn for something. If you stop applying for draws, you're just going to stay at the same level. So nothing changes, but you don't drop down. Now to apply for your PAL. If you want to be in possession of a firearm or ammunition, you take an in-person course with a PAL examiner. Not only do you have a written test on the things that you've learned, you also have a practical test as well. So be ready for that. It's really straightforward and quite easy to do, and it was actually a pretty fun course. Having your PAL allows you to purchase rifles for hunting, as well as purchase ammunition for that. This does not apply for handguns or other firearms. Once you have your PAL, you are more than welcome to become a mentor yourself, which is pretty exciting to get other people excited about getting out in the field and having wild game for themselves, taking care of their family, being out in nature, and having so much fun. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope that you learned something. I'm excited for you as you become a new hunter in Saskatchewan. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe, so I'll catch you next Wednesday.